Let's come down to table 2. I want to fill out in table 2 with revisiting what we did for the reason. And is the reason they went into the shelter because they're stray, owner surrendered, or public assistant? Those are the 3 options in the in reason column. And so before, what we did is we would say we want to count if, and we wanted to count if in column J, the first goes the range. Make sure you get used to looking at the hint that it gives you for how to do the syntax. Then we would say I wanted it to be stray. How many did that? We know the answer is 724. And I could do the same thing here, but instead of stray, type owner surrender. But we're going to now do this a little bit more cleverly. I want to know, we want to count if, look at the column, but the value that I want is that value. So I click on it and I get the number that I want. And then we could say, come here, pull this down, and we get the values, because here it did look at this matching cell S14. Then when I pulled it down, Excel automatically said, oh, now it's S15. Now it's S16. And so we can go down that way. Excel automatically increases. Now, I'm going to show you technically, I know I'm going down, so I know that I didn't want the S to change. I also know I want to stay in column J. I don't want anything about that to change. So even though we don't need it here, I want to get us in the habit. Hard fixing, I'm looking at column J. I don't want the S to change because I want to stay in column S to find those values. I'm not going to put a dollar sign in front of the 14 because as I move down, I want the 14 to move down too. So in a more complicated situation, we would need the dollar signs. And I have that. I'm going to now put that in again. And so now I have all of them. Let's check. Let's find the sum. The sum of these 3 cells should be 1,000. Very good. Now, let's find the percent. The percent is going to be the number in this category divided by this number. Now, look at what happens when I bring down the percent. I get big complaints because here it's value T14 divided by T17. That's what I want. But when I brought the formula down, it then went to T15 divided by T18. Everything went down. I wanted this number to go down, but I did not want the 1,000 to go down. So I'm going to go back here and hard code things that need to be hard coded. I always want to stay in column T. So I'm going to fix the T. I want the 14 to move as I go down. So I'm going to leave that without a dollar sign. But the 17, I want it always to be T17. I don't want that to change. So I'm going to put a dollar sign there. So I'm always dividing by exactly T17. Now, when I bring this down, I get the values that I want. I'm going to turn those into percents. Let me give it a decimal point. There we go. And those, do they add up to 100%? Well, I could do another sum here, but instead I'm going to take this and pull it over. Now, before I do that, I want to think it through. I'm summing here T14 to T16. When I pull it over, I want the T to become a U. All right, I want the T to become a U. So I don't want to put dollar signs there. But the 14 and 16, I still want to go from 14 to 16. So I'm going to put a dollar sign in front of the 14, a dollar sign in front of the 16. So those are going to stay. I'm going to pull this over. And I get 1. And if I turn it into a percent, ooh, I want that to be a percent, not this. Let me turn this percent off. Okay, I've messed that up, so I'm just going to show you what would I do. I'm going to right-click to format. And I don't want it to be a percent. I just want it to be a number. Okay, very good. And we will tackle table 3 in the next video.